Functional movement systems. Move Well Challenge. Circuit 2. Shoulder mobility. Scapular stability depends on thoracic mobility. We're going to start today's circuit with a little bit of myofascial release to help breaking down fascial restrictions and thus get the most out of today's exercises. T-spine roller. Set up. Begin the exercise in supine position with T-spine placed directly on the foam roller with both hands supporting the body weight. Next, roll the T-spine across the foam roller. Never perform exercises to the point of pain, but make sure that your muscle is feeling just short of the pain threshold, as this will help to establish the best mobility in the muscle tissue. This can also be done using a massage ball on the floor or at the wall. Look for trigger points around these areas. Ninety breathing. Mindful breathing. Lie on your back with knees and hips bent to 90 degrees and feet resting against the wall. If a wall is not available, then you can rest your feet on a chair. Place a small towel under your head if needed to bring your forehead level with your chin. Gently rest your thumbs in the crease of your hips to remind you to let any tension in front of your hips go. Allow your hip bones to drop back into the sockets. Think about your sit bones getting wide and letting go of any gripping in the gluteal muscles. Next, place one hand over the chest, the other hand over the abdomen. Let's focus on doing some deep, mindful breathing for about 5 to 10 breaths. Shoulder mobility circuit. Opposing upper body movements that help counterbalance the lower body movements found in rolling, crawling, locomotion, throwing, and swimming. T-spine rotation with grip grab. This stretch helps to increase the range of motion of the thoracic spine, also to increase shoulder and hip mobility. Starting position. You can do this with or without a roller. On the floor in a side lying position. Flex the top hip to 90 degrees and support the knee with the foam roller and place the foot on the ground. The head is supported by a towel roll, or you can use your bottom hand to support the neck and the head. For most people, this can feel better. Reach under your rib with your top hand. Begin rotating your top shoulders to the floor and pull the ribs in the directions you are rotating. Maintain contact between the knee and the roller. Keep your foot on the ground. Then return to the start position by rotating back to a neutral position. Only go as far as you can comfortably go. Use the breath. Breathe in to prepare and breathe out as you rotate. Hold for the breath in and rotate back on the breath out. Repeat between 3 and 10 repetitions. Again, breathe in to prepare. Breathe out as you rotate. Hold for the breath in. And rotate back on the breath out. Flex the top hip to 90 degrees and support the knee with the foam roller and place the foot on the ground. Reach under your rib with your top hand. Begin rotating your top shoulders to the floor and pull the ribs in the directions you are rotating. Maintain contact between the knee and the roller. Keep your foot on the ground. Then return to the start position by rotating back to a neutral position. Use the breath. Breathe in to prepare and breathe out as you rotate. Hold for the breath in and repeat back on the breath out. The pretzel. This exercise increases thoracic mobility while challenging the opposite anterior hip. Set up. Lie on either side with the top knee of a foam roller or pad to keep the hips stacked. Bottom leg is straight and the head is supported by a foam pad. Make sure your neck is comfortable. Take the hand of the arm that is in contact with the ground and grab the knee that is flexed up at belly button height. Take the top hand and grab the ankle of the leg that is behind the back while keeping the hip in extension. If it's too difficult to grab the ankle, then use a towel or a strap. Breathe in to prepare. On the breathe out, start to rotate the shoulder away from the top leg. Repeat this 5 to 10 times. The shoulder is turned as far as possible, coming close to the ground, or until you stop making progress. After taking 2 to 3 breaths in the fully rotated position, slowly return back to the setup position and repeat on the other side. This is a nice stretch. Set up. Lie on either side with the top knee of a foam roller or pad to keep the hips stacked. Bottom leg is straight and the head is supported by a foam pad. Make sure your neck is comfortable. Take the hand of the arm that is in contact with the ground and grab the knee that is flexed up at belly button height. Take the top hand and grab the ankle of the leg that is behind the back while keeping the hip in extension. If it's too difficult to grab the ankle, then use a towel or a strap. Breathe in to prepare. On the breathe out, start to rotate the shoulder away from the top leg. Repeat this 5 to 10 times. The shoulder is turned as far as possible, coming close to the ground, or until you stop making progress. After taking 2 to 3 breaths in the fully rotated position, slowly return back to the setup position. Trunk stability rotations. Knees flexed. This knees up in T spine rotation is challenging the static position of the scapula. Set up. Lie on your back. Knees and hips flexed to 90 degrees. Shoulders at 90 degrees. And arms straight. Place a foam roller, a towel, or ball between the knees. Rotate the knees to one side, keeping the opposite shoulder blade down. Return to the start position and proceed towards the other shoulder. The hand on the side you are rotating to turns down, while the opposite hand stays turned up. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out to rotate. Breathe in back to centre. Repeat a total of 10 times, 5 to each side. If you're able to do this very well and would like to increase the difficulty, straighten the knees. A reminder, keep your shoulder blades down. Turn the hand down as you rotate towards it. The other hand palm is facing up. When you're finished, return your feet to the ground. Top kneeling turns with anterior load. This exercise helps to expose a lack of motor control and bilateral asymmetries in the tall kneeling position. Do you have better stability one way? Do you have better mobility one way? Begin a tall kneeling posture by placing both knees on the ground, just wider than your hips. Your lower leg remains parallel and your ankles are plantar-flexed. Your pelvis remains in a neutral stacked position with a tall spine, and your shoulder and hips remain squared off. Begin by holding a weight in both hands in front of you. This can be a kettlebell, sandbag, drink bottle, or whatever you have available. Be sure to maintain the balanced upright posture and perform a series of turns. Head turn. Only the head moves. Turn the head to the right and left in a smooth, controlled manner, maintaining perfect posture, and take a deep diaphragmatic breath and return to a neutral position. Begin with small turns and slowly add a range, but do not push into discomfort or increase the range so that you have to compensate in any way. Start with just 2 or 3 repetitions. Head and shoulder turns. Weight stays still. Turn the head and the shoulder to the right and left in a smooth, controlled manner, maintaining the perfect posture, leaving the weight in the front of the body. Begin with small turns and slowly add a range, but do not push into discomfort or increase the range so that you have to compensate in any way. Pause at the end of the range and take a full breath in and out. Head and shoulder turns with moving weight. Turn the head and shoulder to the right and left in a smooth, controlled manner, while moving the weight in that direction. If you can turn far enough, you may move the weight to the outside of the hip you're turning to. The aim is to perform these turns while maintaining perfect posture. Begin with small turns and slowly add a range. Again, do not push into discomfort. Do not increase the range so much that you have to compensate in any way. Pause at the end of the range to cycle a full breath. Work very slowly and controlled. Take your time. Only go as far as perfect posture can be maintained. Thoracic Scapula. This exercise has a whole heap of benefits: core strength and stability, T-spine mobility, hip mobility, hip extension, glute strength, shoulder stability, body awareness, and proprioception. It is important that you do it properly, so we're just going to start with the very base of the movement today, and we'll progress each session. Or a book until we can do this perfectly. After this, you may substitute for a weight. The half get up. Step 1, start position. In the start position, think about packing your shoulder and shoulder blade down the back. In your right hand, put your book or shoe. Your right knee is bent with your heel near your butt. Your left leg is straight and slightly abducted away from your body. Your right arm is straight up in front of you. We're going to transition to the elbow in a smooth movement of driving from the right heel to the left elbow. To the left elbow. Don't lead with the head and neck, but maintain a stable spine. Onto the elbow, pause and make sure the bottom arm, left, is packed and pushing the ground away. The right arm is not overextended, but stays connected to the body. Your shoulders should not be up around your ear. The shoulder is back and down. Once you've reached this position, reverse the step until you're back into the start position. Do as many as 5 repetitions, or what you are able. As you get stronger, you can add more reps.